Hi everyone. This is one of the easiest problem to solve. Longest common prefix. We have to write a function which is going to find the longest common prefix among the array of string. So in order to do it, let us first create an index of the values that are able to find the longest common prefix. Initially, there are no longest common prefix. We are going to give a value of -1. Now we are going to give a value of prefix which is going to stand as strs of, let's say we want to, as of now we want to take for example f. Is f available in all of the strings? If it is yes, then f is the longest common string. Similarly, for example, is t present in all of the string? Which is not true. So we are going to end the loop and we're going to return an empty or a no string value. So here we are going to take an example of the first value. So for example, if I have to go and take the index of f, so it is the first element inside that list and also the first value of the string. So it would be the 0 and 0. Once we have done that, we have to write a for loop. So for I in range 0 to length of, not the list, but I want to do or loop through the length of this entire string. So length of is trs of 0. Once that is done, we are going to add a flag value just to check whether every string in that array or a list contains this prefix value or not. So initially we are going to assume that all the values are going to have that string. So we are going to assign a value of true. Now we are going to check for j in range 0 to length of strs. If strs of j and I, in case it is not equal to our prefix value, in that case we are going to assign the value of flag as false and break the current loop. Once it is done, once this entire loop basically ends, we are going to check if flag. So we are still assuming after that if the flag is true. So for example, in this case, right, after iterating means you're going to check whether f is present in all of that. So in our case, all the values are starting with f. So this is never going to come inside this loop. It is going to iterate. For example, now we are going to increment prefix and we are going to check whether L is available in all of these strings, which is going to true. But in case now O, right? O is present in the first and the second, but it's not present in the third one. So in that case, it is going to enter this part of our code and we are going to assign the flag value as false and we're going to break it. But in case the flag was true, in that case, we are going to increment the current index by 1, assuming, so if all the f's are done right, then our index is going to be on the L, because we are saying that all of the other characters or all of the other strings already have that f value. So we're going to increment the index by 1 and we're also going to change the prefix value. Prefix equal to strs of 0 plus 1. So currently our index value from -1 is got incremented to 1, which is going to make it 0. Now we're going to take this L. So in order to take this L, right, our index value has incremented by +1. So take that one. In case it has gone into this part, in case it was not true, in that case we are going to just break the loop. because there is no point of iterating. If one of the string does not match, it does not matter the previous one matches or not. So we are going to break that loop. Once that is done, we are going to go outside and we are going to check if the index, for example, in this case, right, index value will never get incremented because it is D is not going to match with R. So if the index value is equal to -1, we are going to return an empty string. Else we are going to return of 0 with one. The reason being this, in this case, right, our index is going to increment till pointer 2, or it is going to increment our last value after this increment, right, it is going to be 1. So we are going to take all the values from index 0 to 1, because L is also want to be included, right? So we have to give an index value of index plus 1. Now if I run the code, I hope the public test cases is going to pass. Now if I submit the code, as you could see, there is one error which is basically saying for this empty dictionary, right, in case the value is empty, right, then what we are going to do. So this error is only going to occur if the value, the initial value is going to be empty. If the initial value is empty, then we are going to always return null string, so or empty string. So we're going to return this particular value. Now if I run it back again, it should work properly. Here again we have got one more instances. So in this case, right, if you're incrementing, because there is only one index, right, but if I am going to increment it by +1, it is going out of bound. So in that case, what you have to do, you have to add a try catch block. So try except, and in case there is an error, right, so you're basically going to assume that you have entered the last element. So in that case, we can easily return this particular value, return. There is no point of looping through it, so we can return this value. So let me click on run now, and let me click on submit. Yes, our code ran successfully, and it is also giving a runtime or beating 100% of the submission, which is great. Memory is beating 18.37, not sure why. Maybe you are storing the index because of that, but it's a pretty efficient solution. So you can easily go through it. In worst case, its time complexity is going to be big of n square, which is not an ideal solution to have, but on the most cases, right, it is going to be far efficient. So that's all for this video. See you in the next one.